Hello, everybody. Okay, so the bags under my eyes. It's a lot of stress. Okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here. Here we are. Just wanted to let everybody know what's going on. This is the new set, basically. This is what it is right now. Hopefully the microphone is coming through nice. Let me just test it. Check one, testing one, two. I don't even think this mic is on. Is it on? Check one, two. Oh man, is the mic on? Is the mic on? Hope it is. All right, so yeah, this is just a test. We're not talking about anything big, nothing major or anything like that. Just wanted to let everybody know that this is what it is right now. This is how the look is going to be when I'm live, and like when I don't have time to do like actual production stuff, like the opening credits and closing credits and stuff like that, and the graphics and stuff like that. This is what it's going to look like. Very, very similar to how things were back in Jersey. Oh, back in Jersey. Well, let me catch you guys up to what's going on. Yes, we have relocated to the ATL, to Georgia, where the weather is nice and everything's pretty much everything. These people around here can't drive worth a damn. But yeah, the drivers around here are like, it's like, move, itch, get out the way. Get out the way, itch. Get out the way. That's the way it is. That's the way it is out here as far as driving. Yeah, I want to get. I'm trying to get the distance between myself and the camera, so that way you can see more. Hey, there we go. See more of me and my Transformer hat that I haven't worn in a long time. So this is just a test. I know I'm rambling. This is just a test. We're just testing this out. We're just testing to see how everything works and if I like the look of this way of the way that I want the X XONE to be at the moment. There's a lot of space up here that I want to fill up. I'm gonna have to put something there. I don't know what I'm gonna put. I need more pop figs. What can I say? Yeah, I can always run to Walmart and get some pop figs, even if it's pop figs of characters that I don't even really dig. So, so I want to fill up as much space as possible, ladies and gentlemen. So please bear with me as I move things around. Okay, let's move the arrow over, and let's put Tracer from Overwatch over here. And we want to fill up some more space. We want to make sure the space is filled. Okay, more space filled. All right, so I want to fill up more space, but this right over here, we got to fill that up with something. We got to get some more pop figs. These are Q figs over here, and we're also paying homage to like retro gaming down here. So we got the retro gaming thing going on down there, and yeah, you saw that, right? You saw that my little Punisher mug. Is dope. Got that from Walmart too. The set, courtesy of Walmart. So, okay. So, geek news. What's in the news right now? I think probably the geekiest news would probably be the two guys from Game of Thrones. The Game of Thrones guys. It's been said that they're avoiding going to San Diego Comic-Con for fear of backlash, because of that last episode of Game of Thrones just wasn't really very pleasing to the fans. I guess they're pulling a Jacqueline Kennedy, because Jacqueline Kennedy didn't show up to Celebration, Star Wars Celebration last year. I think for the same reason, because people were still tripping over The Last Jedi, and what we're hoping for with Rise of Skywalker is we hope that J.J. Abrams can bring it home, man. I hope he can. But in other Star Wars news, there's conflicting reports about whether or not Star Wars Galaxy's Edge is a hit or not. I'm hearing on one side, well, actually, there's been a lot of Disneyland news, about the, people acting a little ratchet. You know the video I'm talking about, black folks going crazy and stuff like that. Come on, y'all, stop embarrassing me. Anyway, they don't represent me, y'all. That's all I gotta say. They're saying that Disneyland is a ghost town. And I think I might have mentioned this in a previous video. They're saying that Disneyland is a ghost town, meaning like it's not really crowded, It's almost as if like people are putting out false reports, trying to downplay the opening of Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, to which they're also saying that it's also kind of like a ghost town right now. They're saying that there's not a lot of people in it. I don't know. I've watched some videos of people that went to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, and it seems to be like a lot of people. I mean, they have a system where you got to get a badge, and then you have to have like a reservation to go inside. You have to have a badge, and then you go in with a group. They walk you in, and then they direct you in, and you could be in there for like 4 hours. You're only really allowed to be in there for 4 hours. They're saying that the line to get on the Millennium Falcon is always like an hour long, and I don't know, Rouge, would you be willing to stand in the line for an hour to get on the Millennium Falcon ride? We would have to get there extremely early in the morning, hon. So also the other experience, the other feature, the other ride over at Star Wars Galaxy's Edge over in Anaheim. We're talking about Anaheim, California right now. We're not talking about Orlando just yet. Is Rise of the Resistance. Rise of the Resistance has been said by one of the Imagineers that it's supposed to be the most immersive theme park experience that anyone will ever experience, ever. All right. As far as being immersed in a universe, if I watched a video, John Campea, and he and his wife Ann went there, and he said that when he walked in, he said being immersed in the universe as you're walking into the park itself, never mind the Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run ride, never mind Rise of the Resistance, never mind those. The fact that you're walking around in this what has been called a used universe, a little dirty, a little grimy, not this slick, glossed up sci-fi. Star Wars has always been a used universe, as far as like, make it look realistic, kind of grimy, you know what I'm saying? Probably the only glossy part of Star Wars would be like anytime where, you're dealing with the Empire, and then on the inside of the ships, the Star Destroyers, the Imperial cruisers, the Imperial Star Destroyers, that's the only time where you actually really see anything clean, But other than that, it's a a grimy, realistic, dirty universe, and that's what you get when you walk into Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. I was watching John Campea's video, as I said. He took him and his wife. He videoed himself walking around, checking it out, and it really, really looks fantastic. It's a pretty penny, of course. Like when you go to a theme park, it's money. The drinks are going to be expensive. The food is going to be expensive. The artifacts are going to be expensive. The artifacts, the souvenirs are going to be expensive. All that stuff is going to be expensive. But as I said, I did not see anything that would constitute the fact of it being, I didn't see any evidence of what's being said in the news about Star Wars Galaxy's Edge being a flop. But John did make a point. John did make a point. He said that the one thing that he wished that he would have seen a little bit more of was more homage to the original trilogy, which is what a lot of us grew up on. A lot of us grew up on the original trilogy. And that's the one thing that John said was missing from Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, was any kind of artifact or any kind of piece or any kind of memorabilia, any kind of anything that harkened back to the original trilogy, except maybe a few things. Like when you get on the Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run, if you look hard enough, you can see the helmet with the blast shield and the remote that you saw in Star Wars A New Hope when Luke was being trained by Obi-Wan. So you do see that on there. Of course, you see the chess table. The Millennium Falcon itself is a throwback to the original series, to the original trilogy, but not much else. I didn't see any droids moving around or anything like that. You know, there's people in costume, yes. There's animatronics, yes. It is a Star Wars universe, yes, but more of a Disney Star Wars universe. You're not going to see the classic stormtroopers walking around. It's all First Order. The First Order stormtroopers are all over the place. As a matter of fact, they mess with you when you walk in. Like, you, hey, you know, you with the Wookiee on your back. Because like Anne, John's wife, had a Wookiee backpack. And she had on a pretty cool outfit. She had on like a white top and like a black vest and these shorts that were like blue and had like the red stripe going down the side, reminiscent of Han Solo's outfit. And she had a Wookiee backpack on, and the First Order troopers were messing with her like you, I see you with the Wookiee on your back. Hold it right there. Stop right there. You know. And the guy dressed up, or girl dressed up like Chewbacca, was like petting it and everything. So everybody's really interactive. All the characters, all the individual characters in Galaxy's Edge, each one of them has a mission or a story. They actually have a role, going on, in that universe. The planet Batuu is what Star Wars Galaxy's Edge represents. So when you're walking in, you're on the planet Batuu. There's a Marvel comic book. If you haven't seen any my past episodes of my Star Wars show, Monthly Blaster, I talk about that. There's a comic book. There's the Star Wars Marvel comic book that is basically a Galaxy's Edge comic book. It's a nice comic book to have to read, before you go in, and it ushers you in. It's almost like a preview, like a pre-story. It sets you up so when you go to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, you can see everything that was talked about in the comic book. And the park itself is canon to the rest of the Star Wars universe. So everything that's happening right now, currently in the Star Wars universe, in regards to like Force Awakens, Last Jedi, and The Rise of Skywalker, that's what's happening right now. It's current. So that's the reason why there's First Order troopers instead of the original Empire, which I think they're probably going to keep that going in Disneyland. But you're not going to see the original stormtroopers in there at all, I don't think. So yeah, if you get a chance, go to John Campia's channel. Check out his video of him going to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, and he really breaks it down. Spare no expense, splurge, because there's a drink. There's a drink at the cantina called the Jedi Mind Trick. They have alcoholic drinks and they have non-alcoholic drinks. As a matter of fact, the cantina. Yes, the cantina. Yes, there's a cantina. Throwback to the original Star Wars. There's a cantina in there. And it is the first Disney park, Disney themed area where they actually serve alcoholic drinks. And there is a drink called the Jedi Mind Trick. And it's supposed to be really strong. Hun, Rouge, when we go, I want that drink. Hun, Rouge, I hope that you're prepared to stand in a line. Hey, what's going on, man? How are you? How are you? There's the man. Yes, right back at you, the most benevolent king. How are you? I am so glad that you joined me for this special live preview. It's a preview, y'all. This is probably not the way it's going to completely look all the way around. See, I got the green screen. The green screen might not be there when I'm done and everything, when it's all said and done. When I do the live stuff, I'm probably going to take the green screen down. When I do the actual X Zone show, which is going to have the graphics and everything, that green screen is probably not going to be there. But I am going to use green screen for, you know, other shows, other ideas. I'm still kind of on the fence as to what exactly I'm going to bring back and what I'm going to eliminate, because there's so much going on and I want to take everything and consolidate everything into one show, which brings me to this. I'm working on something called the HB Gibson show. That's tentative. I don't know when I'm actually going to do it. What it is, and that's where the green screen is going to come into play. What the HB Gibson show is, it's kind of like a late night TV show sort of a thing, where I'm going to be like sitting off to the side like this. I'm going to have my hat on. I'm going to have my new checkered tie that my love gave me. And there's going to be a desk here, and I'm going to have stuff here, and I'm going to have like, you know, some things pop up like over here in this window. So I'm going to be sitting off to the side, and it's going to be a very, very real, very, very relaxed. It's called the HB Gibson show, where I talk stuff, mostly geek stuff. And what I decided to do was I decided to take comic book throwback show, the retro gaming show, the Nerdstalgia show that I was trying to work on. If you've been following me on Facebook, I was talking about the Nerdstalgia show. And I'm going to consolidate all that, the retro gaming, the throwback comics, the Nerdstalgia stuff, and the news and everything. And I was going to consolidate it all into one show called the HB Gibson show. X Zone presents the HB Gibson show. I also plan on returning to X Zone Micro, where I have bits of news bits and stuff like that. I'm thinking about bringing that back. And also, I'm going to be bringing Monthly Blaster to the X Zone, as well as Council of the Blurreds whenever we get that rolling again, because I really enjoyed doing the Monthly Blaster Star Wars show. It's a Star Wars focused show, and I really enjoyed doing it. And I want to bring that back. I want to do that. So we have this version of the X Zone. We have the HB Gibson show, which consolidates retro gaming, comic book throwback, and Nerdstalgia and other geek related stuff. We have X Zone Micro, which is that monthly newsletter sort of a thing, and Monthly Blaster. So we have like 4 shows, each show happening once per week. So week number 1 would probably be X Zone Micro. Week number 2 will probably be something like this. Week number 3 would be like Monthly Blaster, and week number 4 would be the HB Gibson show. All right. So there it is. There you go. So we got Micro first on the first week of the month. Second week of the month would be, I guess, this show. Third week of the month will be Monthly Blaster, and the fourth week of the month will be the HB Gibson show. All right, so not necessarily in that order. Will I be doing trailer reviews? That's trailer reactions. Will I be doing trailer reactions? This is my only channel on YouTube. Yeah, this is my only channel on YouTube. This is my only channel on YouTube. I'm thinking about doing another channel as well. I thought about it because, as you may know, a character that I created called Mace Man, the Cosplay Crusader. And I want to bring him back. I want to bring him back in the worst way. I want to have him go to conventions, but there's time and there's money. I won't really be able to go to too many cons because I work on the weekends. Fortunately, I don't work on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, which leaves me time to do my other thing on the side, which I'll talk about another time. Acting, background acting. That is if I get the role. I've been doing background acting, y'all, with Central Casting out here in Atlanta. I did a show called Brockmire recently, so I did some background acting, and they've been sending me availability texts to see if I'm available to do anything, and I'm not booked unless they give me the details. So they've just been texting me like, "What's your availability?" You know, but I haven't been booked or anything. Hopefully, I'll be on set next week on another show. Hopefully, if they hit me up. So yeah, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, I'm more than likely I kind of leave that open for auditions, background acting, and other things. And doing the show, and doing the show. But yeah, I wanted to do a Mace Man channel. I've been thinking about doing it because I think that character deserves his own channel, or maybe I'll just have it here. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I am thinking about changing the background border of the channel and maybe have me on one side, X Zone in the middle, and Mace Man on the other side, like this, you know, just to let people know that, you know, Mace Man is on this channel. So yeah, so that's what's going on, man. That's what's going on. Most benevolent king. That's what I'm doing, man. I'm trying to put things together. My computer is still in pieces over there. I'm going to be putting it together later on, so that way I can do my editing and everything. So that way, when I do the more produced stuff with the graphics, with the opening music and everything, everything will be all together. So yeah, that's what's happening right now. My camera, I'm looking at it right now. My camera's ready to go. The lights are already up. This is it. This is basically the X Zone set. The X Zone set. This is the X Zone set right now. All right, so this is what it is, and it's going to look like this for X Zone Micro. Of course, if you remember X Zone Micro, I had myself up in the corner of the screen like this, and I have all this effects and everything going on, and whatever subject that I'm talking about is like on the other side. So X Zone Micro will be back. It's a short news show, if you remember. I break it down. I talk about comics, then I talk about movies, then I talk about television, then I talk about video games. I throw some anime news in there if I can, and I also do a convention bulletin. It's all those things, rapid fire, one after the other. So if you've ever seen X Zone Micro, you know that it's a short show, and I talk about all different kinds of things. And it's a monthly show. That's going to be like the first week of the month. Second week of the month is going to be this. Third week of the month is going to be Monthly Blaster, the Star Wars show. Fourth week of the month is going to be the HB Gibson show, which is a laid back late night talk show sort of a thing. And yeah, so that's what's going on with that. So I don't know if I'm going to go back to that other format that I had, where it's where I have that blue background. I haven't decided that yet. So yeah, let's see who's I'm getting all these notifications from Facebook. All right, well, hey, the most benevolent king, you are like my only viewer right now. So, but listen, another thing that I'm doing right now, I'm trying to get myself back into some kind of shape. I'm getting older, y'all. I'm getting older, y'all. Your boy is 49 years old. Yes, I am. I am 49 years old. I'm gonna be 50 next year. And you know, I do have a regular job. Thank God for this job, because I'm making some pretty decent money to handle the bills around here. If anybody is watching, or if they decide to, if you want to, if you feel the umption to, I do have a Patreon. It's $1. It's $1 a month. It helps me. It helps me out. Yeah, and that's basically it. So that's it. Thank you so much for listening to me ramble. This is just a preview of how it's going to look. I need to fill up that space. I need to get some more pop figs or something like that and try to fill up that space right there. And we're going to see what happens from there. I love y'all to life. Thank you so much for sticking with me for this long. Hopefully, the first fully produced show of the X Zone will debut next week, probably on, it's either going to be Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. All right, thank you so much, man. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But the very, very first actually fully produced X Zone show I'm looking at next week. We're talking about with graphics and everything. All right, everything. If not, the following week. All right, because I got other things I got to do. I'm trying to get myself in shape for acting and doing other things. So that's basically it, y'all. I love y'all to life. I'm out.